When the box arrives, you'll find the machine and all the accessories in two boxes, really, one inside the other. Okay, so you have to open up both boxes clearly. All right, and then you'll start seeing the components. This is to be used to fill up the tank with water, because the only thing you use with this machine is water. Okay, so I'll just put the parts as we go down. This is the detachable hose, which is plugged into the front of the machine, and you'll see where it's made of pretty sturdy electric components. Anyway, that goes in the front of the machine. Okay, you'll see where the gun is here. There's a gun here with a safety switch on it that's on off, and if it's pushed to frontwards, you can't pull the trigger. All right, and this is where all the water vapor comes out, right here, and all the attachments go on the end of that. So that's the hose. So let's put the hose over here, and of course there's the owner's manual, which will be at the top of the box, and that has all the instruction for using the machine. These are a number of more accessories here. This is the top of the container that we use for filling water. This is the squeegee, medium-sized brush, then the detail attachment. So that's in a bag. Another attachment here. This is the upholstery brush used for upholstery, stainless steel, and various other things. This is the wall floor brush. That's later on in the presentation. You'll see all the useful ways that this can be put into action. Okay, these are the two long extensions here, and they're used for, if you're trying to put on the extensions, you're using for high places. This is the small extension, which goes on first, and I'll describe that a little later. There's 3 extensions in all, one short one and 2 long ones. And the first one goes on the hose. The smallest one goes on the hose first, and then the 2 larger extensions go on after. All the extensions at the end of the hose just click on like so. Now coming out of the box are all the detail brushes. There are 3 kinds of them: brass, steel, and nylon. Nylon being the least coarse, steel being the most coarse, and we'll talk about applications for all these various detail assignments, but there's 10 steel brushes, 10 nylon brushes, and 10 brass brushes, and they're all here. And then lastly, but most importantly, is the machine itself. And this is the machine. So you take the machine out of the bag, and this is strictly for storage. Okay. Underneath you'll see that there's a drain button here. Okay, and this is where you can drain the water. For maintenance purposes, you sometimes have to open this up and drain water through it, which we'll cover later on in the safety section of the presentation. To put the water in the machine, you have to open up the cap. All right, and to open up the cap, you press down and turn it counterclockwise, and it just comes off like so. All right. Now your cap is off. You can set the cap over here, and you now are able to pour 4 liters of water into the machine. This container here is used to fill the machine. This is a funnel / cap, which you use to fill the machine up with water, because it'll just fit right into the opening here, like so, and your water will be poured in to your machine. Now once you have the 4 liters of water in the machine, you just put the cap back on and spin it until it won't spin anymore. Now it's not spinning anymore, so I press down on it and turn it to the right to lock it. The next thing is to plug it into a 3-prong outlet, much like this one here. So you plug it in, and then you go back to the buttons at the front of the machine. Now this is the on-off switch. It doesn't say on-off. It's off now. That turns it on. This is the spray switch. It's off now. That turns it on. This button here allows it to become more of a pressure washer. If you want to turn that on, it's like this. Now, we don't use this too often, this pressure washer feature, but if there was something very, very difficult to clean, then you can use that option. This green button will come on when the machine is all ready for use. Okay? When you're out of water, this button, this orange button, will come on to tell you that you're out of water. It'll take 20 minutes to heat up, okay? And the pressure gauge will come up this way, all right? And when it gets over to the 5, this green light comes on. Then you're ready for cleaning. Over here, this regulates the pressure, okay? Now, the product is made in Italy, it's made in Europe, and when you think you're turning it down, you're turning it up. So when you turn it counterclockwise, you're turning it up. When you turn it clockwise, you're turning it down. And all the way to the right is off. In fact, if it's turned all the way to the right, it won't work at all. Okay, the machine is designed for stopping and starting, and it doesn't vacuum up the dirt. And this is why towels are suggested and even recommended, and in fact they're a necessity. All right, the towels are used by the various accessories, in particular the upholstery accessory. Let's look at this accessory right here. This is the upholstery accessory. Okay. And you put it on like this and just tuck the towels underneath the clips. Now you've got an item that can clean upholstery, stainless steel, screens, all kinds of different things. This, once again, clicks on to the end of the hose. Your heat comes out here, and people use this for maintenance on, as I'm saying, upholstery, stainless steel, and many things. When the upholstery brush goes on, you'll notice that it wiggles back and forth, and you want it to be steady. So you press this button down, like so. Now it won't wiggle back and forth. Okay? The squeegee attachment operates much the same way. It just clicks on. All the steam comes out the little holes along here, and it's excellent for taking the film off windows or display cases or mirrors. This is the floor wall brush. Now this once again uses a towel, and to show you how the towel gets used here, you once again put the towel down like so, and you see the 4 clips here. Take the clips, clip the towel on like so, all right? And that's how it goes, like this. All the heat comes out here, and this once again is used for cleaning rugs, taking stains out of rugs, for stainless steel, large area stainless steel, ceilings, walls, you name it. Cottage owners use it for siding on their cottages. Once again, this wiggles back and forth, but if you push this down, then it won't wiggle anymore. The extensions go on, the smallest one first, goes on like that. The larger one is put on next. There's 2 of them the same size. That goes on like this. And then this one like this. Okay, now if you're going to put your floor brush, wall brush on after that, you now have the hose, the extensions, and the wall brush, which can be used for cleaning walls, ceilings, hoods, whatever. This small detail attachment with a single hole is the most commonly used attachment you're going to use. All right, and it goes on just like so, and at the end of this goes your various detail brushes. You get 10 brass brushes. This is one of the brass brushes here. It goes on the end of the single hole attachment, just like so. Just push it on. This brush, detail brush, is the steel brush. You get 10 of those as well. This simply goes on at the end of the single hole attachment, just like so. Okay, the nylon brush, you get 10 of those as well, and it goes on at the end of the single hole attachment, just like so. This is the triangular medium-sized brush, which is used for larger area detail. This simply goes on at the end of the single hole attachment, like so. The circular one goes on much the same way. It's nylon, looks like that. This goes on at the end of the single hole attachment, much like this. Now, this also can be used with the extension. For example, if I'm cleaning in the corner of a pool at a hotel, or in the corner of a restaurant, or in a nursing home, I can put my extensions on. Okay, so here are the extensions I was using previously. I can use the same ones again, along with my circular medium brush, and it can go on the end. Now I can be cleaning in corners or whatever with the extension. Now you can see that the green ready light is on, okay, which tells you that it's ready for action. Next thing to do is to put the hose in like so, just attaches right like that. On its very first usage, you'll see that when this green light comes on, you're ready for action. But you must drain the liquid that's in the hose. And to do that, you simply press the trigger and you'll see some liquid come out of it. You wait until all the liquid comes out. When you drain the water out of the hose, you'll see that the green light is now off. To move to the next step, you have to wait for this green light to come back on. Then you're really ready for action. Then you can begin cleaning. This is the on-off switch here, and this is the steam button. You're not going to get steam unless this is on. Now you'll notice as well that my green light is back on again. That means that the machine is ready to clean. I'm now ready to begin cleaning. Just a few words on safety. It does produce heat at 280 degrees. However, as I'm spraying here, it's 280 degrees, all right? And I'm going to spray it here on my hand. And it doesn't hurt my hand. Now, if I put my finger right there, yes, it's 280 degrees. But you can see how it dissipates because as I'm spraying here on my hand, it doesn't hurt my hand. So the heat is all on contact, is what I'm saying. Safety-wise, clearly, you'd never try to open this cap while all that heat is there. It's much like a radiator, right? It just doesn't get open. You have to turn it off and unplug it to lose the heat, right? So you'd never tamper with this. When you're putting these detail brushes on, okay, the ends of them can be pretty prickly, so use a towel just to cover up the end of it and just push them on like that, all right? That saves wear and tear on your hands. You can see here where this is a grounded outlet. It must use a grounded outlet. It's a 3-prong plug that uses a grounded outlet. To clean the machine, you actually use the machine to clean the machine and its accessories. In other words, if this is dirty, I can just take my single hole attachment and clean the components. Should you choose to buy the cart and basket, you'll find it'll arrive in 2 pieces. This being the bottom part, this the top part. The top part simply fits in like so, and an Allen key is provided. So I turn, the Allen key is provided, and it simply goes in here. The Allen key is used, goes around and tightens this so that this is secure. As well, there's the same thing on this side. It goes around, tightens it so that this is secure. If you buy the cart, you also get the basket. The basket fits here, and all the accessories then go in the basket. The machine, which has wheels on it, like so, can also be moved onto the cart, much like this. And then the cart can be tipped back and moved around, like this, with the accessories in the basket. If you wish the cart, you can order that separately. It costs $200, the cart and basket.